Nerd versus geek. Understanding the distinctions and stereotypes. To understand the differences between nerds and geeks, we must first dive into their origins and definitions. The terms have evolved over time, but their foundations can be traced back to different areas of interest. The term nerd was originally coined in the 1950s and was associated with individuals who were socially awkward but highly intelligent. Nerds were typically passionate about academic pursuits, such as science, math, and technology. Over time, the word expanded to encompass various fields of expertise. Today, being a nerd is often celebrated, and the term has become synonymous with individuals who embrace their unique interests and intellect. On the other hand, geek initially referred to circus performers who entertained audiences with strange and peculiar acts. However, it gradually shifted in meaning and came to represent individuals who were deeply immersed in specific hobbies or fandoms. Geeks were passionate about subjects like comic books, video games, or science fiction. Today, being a geek is associated with an intense love for niche interests and a strong sense of community. While nerds and geeks have distinct origins, they share several overlapping traits. These traits contribute to the confusion and the interchangeability of the terms in popular culture. Let's take a closer look at some of these shared characteristics. Both nerds and geeks exhibit a strong intellectual curiosity and a desire to explore their interests in depth. They are known for their thirst for knowledge and dedication to learning. Whether it's diving into the intricacies of astrophysics or immersing themselves in the lore of a fantasy universe, both nerds and geeks are driven by a hunger for intellectual stimulation. Whether it's discussing the latest scientific breakthrough or analyzing the intricate details of a comic book storyline, both nerds and geeks approach their passions with unbridled enthusiasm and genuine excitement. They invest time, energy, and resources into their hobbies, embracing their interests wholeheartedly. Deep knowledge and expertise. Both groups tend to acquire an extensive amount of knowledge within their chosen fields of interest. Whether it's knowing every character in a fantasy series or being well-versed in computer programming languages, nerds and geeks strive for expertise. They dedicate countless hours to research, practice, and exploration, becoming authorities in their respective domains. Love for pop culture. Both nerds and geeks have a strong affinity for pop culture. They enjoy movies, TV shows, comic books, video games, and other forms of media that align with their interests. They eagerly discuss and analyze the latest releases, eagerly anticipating new installments or adaptations. Pop culture acts as a common language that fosters connections among nerds and geeks. Despite the positive aspects of nerd culture, certain stereotypes have plagued the term nerd throughout history. Let's shed some light on these stereotypes and explore their impact on society. One of the most common stereotypes associated with nerds is social awkwardness. Media portrayals often depict nerds as socially inept individuals who struggle with interpersonal relationships. While there may be some truth to this perception for some individuals, it is essential to recognize that not all nerds fit this mold. The stereotype overlooks the fact that nerds can be sociable and possess excellent interpersonal skills. Many nerds are active members of vibrant communities and have thriving social lives within their circles. Another stereotype linked to nerds is the assumption that they lack physical fitness or athleticism. This stereotype suggests that nerds spend most of their time indoors, engaging in sedentary activities. However, many nerds are actively engaged in various physical activities and sports, defying this misconception. There are nerds who excel in sports, martial arts, or other physical pursuits while maintaining their intellectual pursuits. Nerds are often perceived as individuals who prioritize academics to the exclusion of all else. While intellectual pursuits are indeed important to them, it is crucial to recognize that nerds have diverse interests beyond just academics. They may be passionate about music, art, literature, or any other area that captures their curiosity. The stereotype undermines the multidimensional nature of nerds, diminishing the significance of their broader range of interests and talents. Historically, nerd culture has been associated with masculinity, leading to the stereotype that nerds are predominantly male. This misconception ignores the significant contributions of women and individuals of all genders to nerd culture. Women have played pivotal roles in shaping various fields, such as computer science, gaming, and science fiction. Recognizing and celebrating the diversity of genders within nerd culture is essential for fostering inclusivity and breaking down gender-based stereotypes. Similar to nerds, geeks have also faced their fair share of stereotypes. These preconceived notions can create misunderstandings and hinder the appreciation of geek culture. Let's explore some common geek stereotypes and dispel them. Geeks are sometimes stereotyped as loners or individuals who have difficulty socializing. This stereotype stems from the assumption that geeks prefer the company of fictional characters or virtual worlds over real-life interactions. However, geek communities and conventions provide opportunities for social interaction in the formation of meaningful connections. Geeks can bond over shared interests, participate in lively discussions, and forge friendships with like-minded individuals. Another stereotype surrounding geeks is the notion that they use their hobbies as a means to escape from reality. While geeks do find solace in their passions, it is important to recognize that they lead fulfilling lives outside their hobbies as well. Geeks often integrate their interests into their daily lives, finding inspiration and joy in their chosen pursuits. Their hobbies serve as a source of creativity, personal growth, and community engagement rather than mere escapism. Geeks are often portrayed as individuals with questionable fashion choices. This stereotype implies that geeks prioritize function over style and disregard mainstream fashion trends. However, contemporary geek fashion has become a unique and celebrated style of its own. Geek chic has emerged as a popular trend, where individuals proudly incorporate elements from their favorite fandoms into their outfits. From graphic tees and cosplay-inspired fashion to geek-themed accessories, geeks have embraced their distinctive sense of style, combining their love for pop culture with personal expression. Geeks are commonly associated with exceptional technological prowess. While it is true that many geeks have a deep interest in technology and may possess advanced technical skills, not all geeks fit this stereotype. Geek culture encompasses a wide range of interests beyond technology, including comic books, movies, literature, and more. It is important to recognize that geeks can have diverse passions and areas of expertise. It's crucial to celebrate the diversity within both nerd and geek culture. These communities encompass individuals from various backgrounds, genders, ethnicities, and identities. Let's explore how embracing diversity has strengthened the nerd and geek communities. Nerd and geek communities have worked towards creating inclusive spaces that welcome individuals from all walks of life. They prioritize creating environments where people can freely express their interests and ideas without fear of judgment or exclusion. Inclusive spaces promote diversity of thought, encourage collaboration, and foster a sense of belonging among enthusiasts. Intersectionality. Acknowledging the intersectionality within nerd and geek culture is essential. The representation of different identities, such as women, people of color, and the LGBTQ+ community, contributes to a richer and more inclusive society. Embracing intersectionality not only ensures diverse perspectives but also dismantles the stereotypes associated with nerd and geek culture. Recognizing and amplifying the voices of marginalized groups within these communities paves the way for greater inclusivity and equal representation. By breaking down stereotypes and celebrating diversity, nerds and geeks can challenge societal misconceptions and reshape public perception. Educating others about the true nature of nerd and geek culture, showcasing diverse individuals and their achievements, and actively promoting inclusivity in all aspects of nerd and geek communities can lead to a broader understanding and acceptance. Challenging stereotypes encourage open-mindedness and foster an environment where everyone can embrace their passions without judgment. Nerd and geek communities are increasingly recognizing the importance of amplifying underrepresented voices. Through initiatives such as diverse panels, conventions, and online platforms, marginalized individuals are provided with opportunities to share their experiences, insights, and creative works. Empowering diverse voices not only enriches nerd and geek culture but also inspires a new generation of enthusiasts to confidently pursue their passions. As we conclude this deep dive into the distinctions and stereotypes surrounding nerds and geeks, it's important to remember that both terms represent passionate individuals with unique interests and expertise. While the boundaries between nerds and geeks may blur, it's the shared enthusiasm, intellectual curiosity, and love for their chosen pursuits that unites them. By challenging stereotypes and embracing diversity, we can foster a more inclusive and accepting society for all enthusiasts. Thank you for joining me on this enlightening journey through the world of nerds and geeks. Remember, it's not about labels or stereotypes. It's about celebrating our passions and creating a community that welcomes everyone. Until next time, stay curious and embrace your inner nerd or geek.